Hey guys, Welsknight here, bringing another brand new episode from Subnautica, and in this episode we are going to be working towards building ourselves the first vehicle, the Seamoth. Last episode we learned how to gather food and water and the stuff that you need to just simply survive in Subnautica, and now it's time to move on from the surviving to the mastering the oceans and making them our own. So we're going to get some of these resources, like copper is going to be the big one that we're going to need. And we're going to need a pretty large amount of metal for this project as well. So let's grab some metal. We'll need a little bit of sand because we're going to need to make some glass. But the big thing that we need more than anything else is... Oh, hey, that's a peeper. Come here. Okay. Oh, and it looks like our inventory is full. So let's head back into the life pod over here. And let's do a little bit of crafting. Now, this is actually the second time that I have recorded this episode. The first time, the game totally crashed on me at the end. And, guys, just a reminder, this is an early access game. It is not complete. So keep that in mind before you go out and you buy it yourselves. The game is not finished. It still has its share of bugs and all that kind of stuff. I can't stress that enough. Because when the game crashed, there is no save feature other than when you actually go and hit the save button. If you don't do that, the game doesn't save. So I lost the progress that I had already had when I was recording previously. But anyway, so let's see. We're going to need carbon. So let's grab that because we need to make ourselves a battery. Before we can build the Seamoth, we need to build ourselves a Constructor. And for the Constructor, there it is, we need 3 metal. Right now, I only have 1. So that's something we're going to have to do. We're going to have to do a little bit of work to get that resolved. But that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Let's eat this peeper and restore some health. I'll put the battery in there. We'll put some of this sand in there as well. Actually, I think I'm going to turn all that sand into quartz. And then we'll take these purple mushrooms and turn them into carbon. So, or take the quartz and turn it into glass, I should say. Because glass is sand and quartz. And we're going to need a bunch of glass for these projects as well. So we'll take the carbon. We'll make ourselves 1 more battery. And then we can stash those items in here nice and safely. Now, 4, 4, 4. Yes, we do have enough space now where we can go, and as long as we can find the metal, we can make the Constructor. So, I think the best place to look is going to be probably over kind of by our ship in this general direction. We'll grab some of the... Oh, that's one of those explodey fish. Ooh, stay away from those. Those things are mean. They are nasty. There's a little bit of metal right there. So we got 1 metal. We're going to need at least 1 more. Calling metal. Hello, metal. Perfect. Perfect. We got the metal that we need now. I'm going to do a quick pass just to make sure we're not missing any, because we're going to need more metal for the actual Seamoth as well. There's actually quite a lot of it around here. Let's head back to the surface to restore our air supply, and then we'll come down here and we'll grab this last piece of metal as well. And then we'll head back to our submersible, which we see right over here. Now, I do admit, I am greatly enjoying this game, despite the fact that it is early access and that it still has its share of bugs. I've been playing it quite a lot, and it's really a fun game. I think this is going to be an excellent game once it is all finished, once it progresses a little bit further and gets some more updates. It's already come a long way from when I originally started looking at it. And I kind of pegged this game because it's right up my alley. It's nice. It's kind of a relaxing game. It's a survival game with lots of exploration and stuff. And this is the kind of game that I really often find myself getting into. So let's make a constructor right here. This is going to be used for crafting the various vessels. And then we'll head outside and we'll just go ahead and deploy the constructor, release it, and oh, I was in the water. Oh, it's a right click. Okay, so you right click to deploy the constructor. Got it. Okay, and now let's take a look and see what resources we need to make the Seamoth. So we need a Seamoth blueprint, which we have. We need 3 metal, a battery, 2 glass, and some copper. Alright, well, I've got 2 metal. I know we've got more glass. We might actually have everything we need except for 1 more piece of metal. Let's take a look. Do I have the copper right now? We'll go to our storage right here. I do. Okay, so we have everything. Oh, and I actually have the metal in here too. Fantastic. We have everything we need right off the bat to make ourselves this Seamoth. So let's go and do that. There's the constructor. The constructor sometimes moves around because it's floating, so it might be a good idea to stick a beacon on it or something. I'm not really sure. But then when you start crafting the Seamoth, it'll construct it up there in the sky, which is really kind of cool to watch. And then when it's done, it will plunge into the water so you can start using it. Now, we will get into the Seamoth in just a moment, but first I want to put some of this stuff away and open up some inventory space so that when we're exploring, we have as much of our inventory available to us as possible. You just left-click the Seamoth to get in it, and then you can drive it around. You'll notice that the Seamoth has 2 indicators right above my little, my quick slots, or whatever you want to call them, my hotbar. There's one for health, which depletes if you run it into things. You can see it's going down there. And then energy, which just depletes as you use it. Now, when the game crashed on me before, it was as I was in the Seamoth. So I don't know if it's a bug or what, but I think the best way to use the Seamoth is to use it to drive around to wherever you gotta go, and then get out and actually grab the stuff yourself. One interesting thing with the Seamoth is that your health, or your air does not deplete while you're in the Seamoth, but it doesn't... Hey, you, come back with that. I need that. Woo! Owie! Whoo! He just took a bite out of me. I don't think I want to tangle with him anymore. Let's get back to the Seamoth where it's safe. Whew! Oh boy. I think we better head back before we break our brand new Seamoth and damage it beyond repair. That would be very unfortunate. So anyway, as I was saying, your air does not replenish while you're actually in the Seamoth, but it doesn't go down either. So you can use it to kind of get you to where you need to go. Then you can pop out of the Seamoth and grab some inventory stuff. Whatever you need. If you find something cool... Ow. I keep getting attacked by things. This is my lesson, that I should probably head back into the life pod where it's safe. There it is. And there's my Seamoth over there. Okay. So let's head in here. And let's just see if there's anything else cool for us to make. I don't think there's really going to be. We've got some more stuff, though, that we can put away. I do have 2 metal. The next thing that I'm probably going to want to build is I'll probably want to build... Let's take a look. Let's go back to the Constructor over here. And let's see what the next thing to build would be. It might be that observatory. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to pick it up. I wanted to use it. There we go. So an observatory is 2 metal and 3 glass. Actually, we might have enough to make that one right now, too. Let's head in here, because I know I've got 2 metal. Do I have enough glass? I've got 2 glass, but I do have the materials to make more glass. So let's make a little bit more glass right here. And let's head back to the Constructor and see if we can make ourselves an observatory. What the observatory actually does, I don't know. But it sounds cool. Okay, so there it's being constructed down here. Let's get a little closer so we can take a better look at it. That's kind of nifty. Okay. Okay, and your air actually does restore while you're in the observatory. Now the question is, can I pick up the observatory and move it? It doesn't seem that way. At least not as far as I can tell. Oh, I can manually push it, though. Okay. So anyway, that can be planted underwater as a source of air, and that's pretty nifty. So we got ourselves a Seamoth built, and we got ourselves an observatory built. And I think that is about all that we have time for in this episode, guys. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe for more, and leave me a comment. I really do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.